Our today's lecture is on tidal wave theory and working principle. The content of our lecture is learning outcome, tidal wave theory and working principle with associated terms and concluding note. The learning outcomes are: student will able to learn concept behind the tidal wave, student will able to describe the theory, working principle and term associated with the tidal wave. Tidal wave theory and working principle. The tide is a periodic rise and fall of water level of sea, which are carried by the action of sun and moon on water of earth. The large scale up-down movement of sea water represents an unlimited source of energy. If some part of this energy can be converted into electrical energy, it would be important source of hydropower. Tide wave mechanism. The main concept of this tidal cycle is the difference in the water surface elevation at the high tide and low tide. If the same differential head could be utilized in operating a hydraulic turbine, the tidal energy could be converted into electrical energy. At high tide time, water is at high level and can be let into a basin to be stored at a high level. The same water can be let back into sea during the low tide by a turbine, and hence this will produce a power. This can be understood by this figure. In high tide time, we fill the basin through this high tide, and at the low tide time, we will release the water of basin through a turbine. The flow of water will run the turbine and it will generate the electricity. This is the procedure of tidal power generation.
Tidal electricity can be created from several technologies, the main ones being tidal barrages, tidal fences, and tidal turbines. Tidal barrages are the most efficient tidal energy sources. A tidal barrage is a dam that utilizes the potential energy generated by the change in height between high and low tides. This energy turns a turbine or compresses air, which in turn creates electricity. Tidal fences are turbines that operate like giant turnstiles, whereas tidal turbines are similar to wind turbines, only underwater. In both cases, electricity is generated when the mechanical energy of tidal currents turns turbines connected to a generator. The generator produces electricity.
Now we discuss the first tidal plant. First tidal plant was commissioned by General de Gaulle at Lawrence in 1966. This tidal plant is designed for average tide of 8.4 meter, that can be vary plus minus 4.2 meters, and the maximum size of tide is 13.5 meter. The effective basin surface is 22 km square and the volume of basin is 184 billion meter cube. It has used a single basin and submerged reversible propeller type turbine generator, and it could generate power with the water flow in either direction through the turbine runner. Presently, there are two tidal power stations operating, one in France and one in USSR. The main disadvantage of tidal power plant is that the production of power from the tidal station occur at the time and magnitude which are dependent on the relative position of earth with respect to moon and sun, not on the electrical demand of the consumer. Tidal projects are running in India. They are in Gulf of Kutch, Cambay, Sundarban region of Bay of Bengal. Basic principle of tidal power. Tides are produced mainly by the gravitational attraction of the moon and sun on the water of ocean. Approximately 70% of tides produced by the force of moon and 30% by the force of sun. So we can say that the tides are mostly formed by the moon.
As we know, the moon revolves around the earth. Just like there is a gravitational force on the earth that keep all of us attracted towards the center of the earth, there is a gravitational force of moon that pulls the earth's objects, like water in this case, towards the moon. and this gravitational force of moon gives tides in the ocean and sea on the earth. There are two kinds of tides, the high tide and the low tide. During the high tide, the water level rises, and during the low tide, the water level comes down, the low tide. We know the tide occurs because moon's gravitational force pulls the water from the earth towards the moon. Let's say because of moon's revolution, the moon is on the right half of the earth. So, the moon's gravitational force pulls the water on the right half of the earth towards itself. So, the countries on the right half of the earth experiences high tide. That is, their water gets pulled towards the moon, leading to rise in water level. And if water is getting pulled towards the moon to form the high tides on this half, the water is getting pushed from the top and bottom half of the earth towards the other two halves to compensate this. That is, water goes low and top and bottom half, or that half experiences low tide. So, the right half that is facing the moon experiences high tide due to its water getting pulled towards the moon, and the top and bottom half experiences the low tide to compensate that water flow by pushing its water towards the other two sides. And what is the water level on the left half? There is also the high tide. And in the next 6 hours, the position changes. That is, the country which was on the right half of the earth is now on the top half. So it experiences the low tide now. And the countries which were previously on the bottom half of the earth is on the right half, that is facing the moon, so it experiences high tide. So given place on earth experiences a high tide followed by low tide every 6 hours.
When the sun, moon and the earth come in a line, as on a new moon or a full moon night, the tides are higher. These tides are called spring tides. When the sun and the moon make a right angle with the earth, as on a half moon night, the force of attraction gets balanced and the tides are not so high. These are called neap tides.
Spring tides and neap tides are shown in the figure. You can take the reference from this book for better understanding. Thank you.